Who's this asshole?
You made a big mistake coming here. Go home.
Alright. Bye then.
Hey, Date!
What? Ugh, I hate dealing with these chumps.
Didn't you hear me?
Do you want to die, old man?
Do I look like an old man to you?
You bastard!
Yeah.
Sorry for the late introduction. I'm with the MPD.
A cop, huh? So, you want to explain what the fuck a cop is doing in my office?
Oh yes, Mr. Bad Guy Yakuza.
I think we should exchange names before exchanging expletives.
Name's MoMA, the warhorse. Don't give a fuck what your name is.
Alright, MoMA. I have a few things I want to ask you.
I just came from a mama. Now I have a MOBA.
What do you know about the new Cyclops serial killings? Shoko Nadami and Renju Okiura had their left eye pulled out and were murdered. And I think you know something about it.
Saw it on the news. But we had nothing to do with it. Even if we did, we wouldn't spill to no cops.
Yeah, that's true. A chair. It's a desk. It probably belongs to someone in the gang. There are a ton of things on top. The door to the next room. Ooh, fancy
Bronze
dragon.
A bronze dragon holding a golden ball.
Golden ball, huh?
That's important. Probably, at some point.
It's kind of frightening seeing all these lanterns lined up. Scary lanterns. Scary lanterns.
You don't have to repeat it.
Lanterns with Kumakura written on them. The Kumakura crest. The chairman's desk. Wow, the chairman sits out here with the plebs. That's impressive. There's a telephone on the desk.
What does a guy like the chairman need this for? He'd probably just uses it for porn.
Probably.
Not every man in the world is like you, Date.
PC on top of the desk. Okay. Mr. MoMA. Ooh, actually. A dragon holding a golden ball. So there's another one. And there's a lantern. And a shrine. A Shinto shrine. Okay, now let's have a look. The man sitting in the chairman's seat is named MoMA. Where's the chairman?
What? The chairman is right in front of you.
What?
I run the Kumakura gang. I'm MoMA Kumakura.
That can't be right. The chairman of the Kumakuras is Rohan. You aren't the chairman.
Yo, asshole! You need a lesson in manners?
I mean, we just taught you a lesson in manners. Do you need another one?
Date, wait.
Do we have to do the whole manners maketh man from Kingsman?
I did some research and discovered that Rohan Kumakura died last year. He leapt to his death from the roof of a building.
Suicide?
Yeah, right.
But MoMA did not take over last year. MoMA took over 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
About Shoko.
Don't know nothing about her. I know her face and her name. It was on the news. Nothing else.
Shoko was part of an investment fraud scheme, and I have it on good authority that a certain Yakuza gang was helping her.
Wouldn't know nothing about that, cop.
He's gonna be extraordinarily unhelpful. About Renju.
I told you, I got nothing to say. You deaf or something?
Date, a minute please.
What is it?
Do you see the sofa in the reception area? There is an ashtray on top of the coffee table.
What about it?
It is peculiar. Thermal imaging reveals that they are both warm.
The sofa and ashtray. Yeah, but look. A flying squirrel taking a nap.
It is clearly a tiger.
A tiger rug, because gangsters need to be gangsters. Knife. A knife one of them was carrying. The kind that knifes out nicely. The kind that knifes nicely at night. It just might. Oh my god, that was a tongue twister. Why? The skinny one. He's completely out. Okay, so talking to him ain't gonna do nothing. What about you? The fat one. He's holding his stomach in pain.
I got nothing to say to you.
Yeah, that one about as well as I thought it would. Sofa. Zoom thermal. Ooh, fancy.
Part of the cushion is still red.
Just as I thought.
They had whoever they were was warm as hell. Look at the other guy. Ashtray. One of the cigarette butts, the tip is reddish.
Hey, Iba, can you turn off the thermal vision?
Sure.
I see. The cigarette brand is Klein.
Why is that relevant?
Small details will come in useful later. Trust me.
Yeah, now we just need to find who's smoking that. Last month's schedule is written on the board. Yikakin's beatboxing for beginners. Some kind of permit. Company motto. The company philosophy on the wall. If you accidentally enter a bar instead of a restaurant, don't feel obligated to order a drink. Even if the bartender gives you that order a damn drink look. That's quite the motto. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen one like that. There's a locker near the window. Apparently can't look out the window. Lockers are lined on the wall. Alright. Was there someone here recently?
What are you talking about? You're the first guest today.
Hey, liar.
Although you are an uninvited guest.
Careful or you're gonna make your eyes pop out of your skull there, boy.
Don't lie now. Someone was sitting on the sofa and smoking very recently.
How do you know that?
I just do.
Oh, right. I remember now. Just a bit ago, one of our guys was on the sofa.
Neither of them generate enough heat for that, I'm afraid.
Are you talking about these guys right here?
Yeah.
Not possible. When I came in,
You made a big mistake coming here. Go home.
Who's this asshole?
neither of them was on the sofa. And neither of them was smoking.
They left.
Who left?
An insurance salesman. Right before you came in.
I don't think so. I didn't pass by anyone on my way here. And I happen to know this office only has one entrance and one exit. Which means, whoever it is, they're still in this office somewhere. Let me check the back.
Why you want to do that?
Why do you think I want to do that, dude?
Just wanted to say hello to our guest.
I'm telling you, you're the only one here.
Oh, then you won't mind me checking.
Just get out of here, cop.
There must be someone they don't want us to see.
Really, Iba?
Somewhere behind that wall.
Can I just x-ray that wall? Yes, I can. Oh, hello, Mr. Fancy-looking mustachio man in old-timey getup.
Just as I thought.
This must be whoever was sitting on the sofa and smoking earlier.
My evolver can shoot right through this wall. I should shoot him.
Wait! Is he not getting enough?
What?
Never mind. The person behind the wall is unarmed.
Oh, clearly, Date, you're not getting enough drugs to keep you from whatever ridiculous violent thing happened to you because you actually probably are the original Cyclops killer, maybe. Maybe that's what that is. And they're keeping you doped up so you're not... That's how they know you couldn't possibly have done it.
I cannot approve the use of Evolver in this situation.
Damn it.
But it's like a psychotic personality or something cropping up. Now we're gonna tried to get shoosted. Oh God.
Date, a porno mag at your feet.
What?
Duck. Why would you stop and look for that?
Hey, did you just shoot at me?
He's got a gun out. What do you think, Date? Well, that's an excessive minigun. Was that hiding in one of the lockers?
Well, wait a minute.
You're shooting at your boss tooth guy. Oh God.
Date, load Evolver with explosive rounds. Aim for the dragon's gold ball on the right.
The what? Oh, that. Why?
Just do it!
Ooh, that's fancy. Had to remember what button I was trying to press there. All this to protect a very finely mustachioed man.
You saved me.
Everything happened as I simulated it.
So, where's this porno mag?
You idiot. There is no adult magazine. However, I know that your reaction time is up to 3.6 times faster when you are excited. I simply took advantage of that behavior.
What the hell?
Alright, can we open the door and meet our mystery man?
You're a grown man. Aren't you too old to be playing with toys?
Shit.
A rifle in
Hey,
this situation
coward.
is not great either.
I see you. Show
Close
your
quarters.
face. I know you.
Just gonna come take a seat back on the couch. I'm glad you know him, Date. Care to fill the rest of us in?
That's...
Sejima, so, Congressman.
What is this guy doing here?
Oh, this is gonna be an easy conversation. Partition. They're partitioned by the doorway, probably to obscure the view from visitors.
Hey, Iba. It's pronounced partition and not partition.
I know how it's pronounced.
What are you doing here?
I've had a relationship with the Kumakura since back when Rohan was running things. I had business nearby, so I stopped here for a visit.
Really?
Whatever conspiracy theory you're imagining in your head, you can forget it. This is strictly business.
Strictly business?
I thought you said it was a personal thing.
A congressman meeting with Yakuza? How are you gonna spin that?
It's true. I imagine my public image will be dragged through the mud. But we haven't done anything illegal. If you want to accuse me of such wrongdoing, then by all means. I just happen to think such gossip is better suited for tabloids.
It's So Sejima, a member of Congress. I see him so often on TV. It feels like I've met him before. Do you have an alibi for yesterday and the day before?
I went to work, then went home.
So, you have no alibi.
No, I always have my bodyguards near me.
Except now.
If you want to, you can ask them.
Bodyguard testimony can be unreliable. There is a possibility that they would lie to protect Mr. Sejima.
Exactly.
I agree. We can't trust that.
About Renju.
The president of Lemniscate? We aren't friends, but I did meet him a few times through work.
What work were you doing to meet up with the head of an entertainment company?
It was just some party hosted by some company or other. It's not unusual. Events with those uptight stuffed shirts can be rather dull. So they have some young women from an entertainment office attend. Anyway, we only saw each other a few times. I don't even remember what we spoke about.
So standing here looking rather irritated. Well, he's the one that hid. I don't... you want to talk, Mr. Moma? About Rohan Kumakura.
I heard that the former head of the Kumakuras committed suicide last year.
Yeah, what's it to you?
Nothing at all. I just want to talk about it.
Rohan was my older brother. He was my big brother in this organization, and my blood brother. 6 years ago, he got sick in the head. He got sent to a special hospital.
Yeah, okay.
And naturally, because I'm his brother and next in line, I was the successor. That's all I'm gonna say.
But the fact that we knew Rohan Kumakura, I wonder how that was involved. Were we part of what made him go crazy?
You want to know more? Hire a private eye.
I mean, I am a detective, so... let's try this again. About Shoko.
Well, I guess there's no point hiding it now.
No.
I lied earlier, when I said I didn't know her.
I thought so. You and the Kumakuras were a part of the fraud scheme Shoko was organizing.
Yep. Whenever any wise-ass investors gave her trouble, we handled it.
Exactly as I suspected. Shoko was affiliated with the Kumakuras.
I don't think this is a way to solving the case, but it's good information. So then about Renju.
I've been looking after that guy since high school. It was the usual stuff. I had him help me with a lot of work. But now, it's kind of the opposite, you know? We're getting work from him. Well, we were.
What kind of work?
Now that he's dead, though.
What work did he have you do?
The usual. If talent at his office was causing trouble or something...
You ever get into any disputes with Renju doing this work?
No way, he paid good money. I've never even gotten into an argument with the guy.
Interesting. Momo's giving me a glare. Is that what that is? Do you have an alibi for yesterday and the day before?
Us Kumakuras are a branch of the Ujisaki family. The Ujisaki family runs a yearly golf tournament. Mandatory attendance.
Well, fun. So glad I don't have those for my family reunions.
We were all at the tournament those days. We only got back this morning. You can ask the hotel. They'll tell you.
That's a more believable alibi.
Date, I did some research. The hotel's record of guests does list the Kumakura members. They were also seen on several surveillance cameras. It is not possible that any of the Kumakuras could have killed Shoko, including Moma.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Like, I honestly thought that was a red herring. So then, about Shoko.
The victim prior to Renju? I believe Moma introduced me to her.
Introduced?
We were just having drinks. Shoko stopped by to say hello.
Right. We didn't talk about anything.
That doesn't sound believable.
They're trying to give me the runaround.
Indeed. Date, I have determined that these individuals have nothing further to add. Even if they are involved, they will not volunteer any more information. We need solid evidence to move forward with the investigation.
You're right.
Date, a call from Lemniscate.
Connected.
Date? It's me! You remember, like, how you said to call you if Ota came? Well, he's here now, so I guess I'm calling you.
Got it. I'm on my way.
Where you going?
That's none of your concern. Moma, Congressman Tsujima, I think I'm gonna call it a day. I'll come back soon. We'll swap drinking stories.
You serious?
Let's go, Iba.
Roger.
They're not happy. Hopefully next time we can let the minigun out of all of this. Alright, let's go see if Ota has anything to add. But I'm sure since he's there, Iris is there now.
This is all really suspicious.
What is?
Congressman Tsujima and the Kumakuras. There's definitely something going on there.
Yeah, but does it have anything to do with the murder? Probably not.
I agree. But I am not sure it is linked to the new Cyclops serial killings.
Exactly, Iba.
We need to do further investigation.
Oh, well, now that you're sitting over there. Roar like a lion.
Ah!
Impossible. How did a jellyfish get in here? So shiny, too.
You utter idiot. It's me.
Renju?
Do I look like Renju?
If you squint.
Mizuki?
It's me.
Boss?
Date, seriously.
Then, are you Mom?
Idiot. They must have increased your dosage too much.
My dosage? Anyway, you're Iba, right? Why are you here? Looking like that?
I just thought I would protect myself. You seem lonely.
How are you doing this?
I am overlaying the image your left eye processes with augmented reality. You can't see me through your right eye, only your left.
You can't just pop into my eyeball without permission.
You do realize I do that all the time, right?
How is So related to the Kumakuras?
I looked into that. Unfortunately, I did not find anything in our database that could connect the two.
I see.
However, I did discover some rumors on the internet.
This is dangerous for driving. You've blocked my entire view. Anyway,
Most of them come across as gossip or conspiracy theories. But would you like to hear them regardless?
Please.
how is So related to the Kumakuras?
Mr. Tsujima currently resides in Azabu. He lives in a mansion, a restored samurai castle.
Oh, is he one of those that fancies himself a samurai?
But 20 years ago, So Tsujima lived elsewhere. In the Kawasaki district, to be exact. He lived there until he was 40 years old.
Ah, the one that's closed down
The
now.
Tsujima family owned a vast amount of real estate in the district. Adjusting for inflation, the land was valued above 30 billion yen. The Sejima family sold off its holdings.
Before everything went to hell?
6 months later, the incident occurred.
Yeah, that's highly suspect.
The explosion at the chemical plant.
It's like they knew it was gonna happen.
This caused Kawasaki to become a restricted area. And of course, land prices fell drastically to less than 1/30th their original value. What are your thoughts?
The timing is certainly suspicious.
Yup.
To sell that amount of land just 6 months before it happened.
There is another interesting fact. After the accident, Sojima purchased all of the land back for just 1 billion yen.
So possibly planning to sell it again?
So he's got 29 billion yen in his pocket and 1 billion yen of land.
Correct. Despite the horrific accident, the Sejima family is no worse off.
True. But I don't see the point of it.
Well, if they knew they could clean up the chemicals at some point, then the land would be worth a lot more again, so they could, you know, make it, if the land prices would go back up to 30 billion and they could double their double their profits.
It's not like you got anything out of it.
That would be true, but there is more to this story. There is another important fact. After the land prices in the Kawasaki region crashed...
Who's calling?
We will have to continue this conversation later. I am receiving a call from headquarters.
Is this Special Agent Date from Abyss? My name is Akaska, from HQ. I'm investigating the Shoko Nadami case. There's something that you need to hear.
What is it?
We got a phone call earlier from a prisoner at Fuchu Prison.
A prisoner?
We saved the call. I think you should give it a listen. Who is this?
In here, I'm known as number 89.
What is this call concerning?
I know who killed Shoko Nadami. And if you let me out of here, I will tell you who it is. I suppose you might say I'm looking for a plea bargain. He will kill again, you know. And he'll take their eye while they're still alive. There will be more bodies. If you want to stop this serial killer, I suggest you take my offer. I'll be seeing you.
This has to be a prank.
That's what I thought too. However, we got the call yesterday afternoon, before Renju was killed. In other words...
You're saying he predicted the second crime?
Yeah, I think he did.
Also, did we say anywhere in like the news that the eyes were pulled out while they're still alive? I mean, that's the sort of thing that you don't reveal, and then you use that to catch people who might know more than they should.
That's why I thought I should contact you.
Good idea. Thanks, Detective.
Good luck.
Do you think there's anything to this?
I don't know.
It all depends on who Mr. 89 is. Is there a reason we can't continue our talk about the other people and the land? Alright, well, Lemniscate.
Oh, Date.
What's wrong? You look like you have a lot on your mind.
Yeah, I just found out online. The corpse at Bloom Park. That was Renju's ex-wife, wasn't it?
Oh, you just now figured that out?
Yeah, it was.
So that was Mizuki's mom. Mizuki saw her own mom. And I just left her.
Yep, way to go, dude.
But I didn't know. I knew her as Shoko Nadami. Her last name is different. I didn't know that was Mizuki's mother. I want to apologize to her. I need to tell her that I'm sorry.
Okay. You got anything from your reception? thank you for the call.
No problem. After all, it means we get to see each other again.
I'm glad.
Oh, Ota's like, stop. Where's Iris? She's still recording?
She's recording a podcast right now. Looking at her schedule, it should end soon.
Okay. Can we get out of here before she's done? Where have you been?
Nowhere. Just doing my normal routine.
I don't know your normal routine.
I went to a Dojin store to look at the new releases. And I ate some ramen at Jiro's, and then headed over to the PC cafe to browse threads. You know, normal.
If that's normal, I haven't had a normal day in my life.
Right? Alright. About Mizuki.
Mizuki didn't seem like she was angry with you.
What? You met Mizuki? Oh, at the interrogation.
That's right. He doesn't know I live with Mizuki. I have no reason to hide it, but it's sort of hard to explain. Yeah, I spoke to Mizuki at her, questioning earlier.
You're sick, Date.
What?
Questioning? That sounds dirty.
It only sounds dirty when you put quotes around it and say it suggestively.
If I were writing a light novel, that's exactly how I would describe a sexy scene.
What kind of novels are you writing, kid?
About Renju's case.
I don't know anything. I've only seen Renju a couple of times.
I didn't think it was possible to be this bad at lying.
Though it is plainly obvious, I did a thermal check on Ota's body. This is his current body temperature.
That's what I thought. Have you forgotten, Ota? You're my thrall. You don't want me to tell Iris your secret, do you?
Huh?
Well, wait, it's no big deal. I just...
You better start talking.
Okay.
I don't know that thrall is the word that I would choose. Anyway, about Renju's case, again.
Last night, I was walking over to Sunfish Pocket, and I saw Renju come out of the building.
Was he alone? Someone was with him. A man.
It's a woman.
No. A woman.
His lover, probably.
Um...
Yeah, no, you're lying.
Okay, look. I can tell you're trying to protect her, but you have to help me out here. Was it Iris?
No, it definitely for sure wasn't Tessa.
Huh.
Got it. So Renju was with Iris.
Okay, fine. There's no point in hiding it, I guess. You're right. Renju came out of the building with Tessa. But Tessa has nothing to do with this! She wouldn't murder anyone, she wouldn't hurt a fly!
So you say. And yet...
She's an idol!
That doesn't make any difference.
Idols don't kill people!
Well, I'm glad you have that delusion.
You need to stop putting her on a pedestal.
Tessa is a savior to me. The Tessa I know wouldn't hurt anyone.
Yeah, but is the Tessa you know a real person, or just an act that she puts on? But a savior, clarify.
The first time I met her, I had a bad case of writer's block. And I saw all this awful negativity online, and I lost sight of what I really wanted to write. It was the lowest point of my life.
He is talking like a professional, though he hasn't published anything.
Yeah.
Then, by pure chance, I found a video of Tessa singing and dancing. And it made me realize something important. You don't have to care what people think, you know?
Sure.
If you do your best at what you believe in, your message will get through to people.
Okay, that's optimistic.
That attitude is something all great creators need to have. After that, I became a huge A-Set fan and got over my writer's block. And I know I'm not the only one Tessa has inspired. A lot of otaku like me say that Tessa is their savior. She cheers them up when they're down. So there's no way Tessa can be involved in murder. Absolutely impossible.
Oh man, kid. We're gonna totally have to burst your bubble on this. Slow down. I didn't say Iris was the murderer.
But do you suspect her?
I mean, I do. I don't think Date does. But I do, because there's something definitely suspect about her, and I don't trust her one bit.
I need to hear her side of the story. If I do, I might find out she's totally innocent. If you truly believe that she didn't do it, you should tell me everything you know.
Yeah, you don't do him any favors by hiding.
Do it for Iris.
What time did Renju and Iris leave the building?
Around 6:15, I guess.
Where did they go?
I didn't see. They got into Renju's car and drove off.
And what did you do?
I went inside Sunfish Pocket, but I saw a sign that said the entire club was reserved.
Oh, that's weird.
I figured I would just go home.
What happened?
Date.
Oh, hello.
Iris, there's something I need to ask you. Come with me.
Nope, I knew there was no way we could get out of this without talking to her. Oh, this is all very intense.
Iris, I'm going to ask you some questions. Please answer honestly. However, you do not have to say anything that might incriminate you.
The right to remain silent? You're treating me like a criminal.
Not exactly.
Usually why we bring people downtown for questioning.
I'm just looking for the truth. And I would appreciate your cooperation.
You used to work at Sunfish Pocket, right?
I heard you used to work at Sunfish Pocket.
That's right.
How long?
A little over a year.
Working there that long, you're probably pretty familiar with the equipment.
Yeah, I guess.
About the surveillance camera.
What about the surveillance camera? Do you know where those tapes were stored?
What are you trying to say?
Is Ota's story true?
Here's what Ota told me. Yesterday around 6:15 p.m., you and Renju came out of the Sunfish Pocket building. Is that true?
Yes. Mr. Okiura called me and told me he wanted me to come to Sunfish Pocket, ASAP.
Around what time was that?
5 p.m., I think. I got ready, then headed over there. I guess I got there about an hour later.
Date, I checked her call history. At 4:58 p.m., there is a record of a call to Iris from Renju's phone.
What were you doing with Renju?
What were you doing with Renju?
He asked me about a job.
What kind of job?
He rented out Sunfish Pocket for a party and he wanted me to MC. He said that it was an important party and that a lot of big shots were gonna be there. But the girl he asked to do it originally got sick and couldn't come. But I turned him down.
Why?
Because I'm just an internet idol. I've never done any MCing before. Especially with important people being there.
What did you do after you turned him down?
What did you do after you turned him down?
I left with Mr. Okiura. At 6:15 p.m. That must have been when Ota saw me.
And after that?
I asked Mr. Okiura to take me home in his car. I got home at 7 p.m. I was home the rest of the night.
What do you think, Iba?
I cannot detect any contradictions. However, her story appears almost too organized.
That is true.
Human memory is ambiguous. Her use of exact times leads me to be suspicious.
That's true.
When did you find out Renju was killed?
When did you find out Renju was killed?
This morning, on the news.
And you were with Renju last night? You didn't think to call the police and inform them of this?
Oh, sorry. Is that something you're supposed to do?
Yes.
I had a podcast to record this morning, so if I went to the police, I'd be late.
Uh-huh.
And that would cause everyone a lot of trouble, you know?
Iris looks nervous. It's understandable, of course, after suddenly being taken to a place like this. Do you have an alibi for last night?
What were you doing from 7 to 9 last night?
I was at home the whole time.
You say that not innocently.
You're sure?
Yes.
Iba, thermograph.
There is no noticeable rise in Iris's body temperature.
She isn't lying.
Not necessarily. We must consider the possibility that she is a natural liar.
With that kind of confidence, her temperature wouldn't change.
Correct.
Renju's estimated time of death was 8 p.m. last night.
Also, she could totally have killed him at her house, and then, oh no, I didn't leave my house. I just murdered him there.
If Iris' story is true, she couldn't have done it.
There is another possibility. Even if Iris was at home, she could have killed Renju.
You mean...
Can I ask your mother about your alibi?
I'll ask again. You are sure you were at home around 8 p.m. yesterday?
Yes.
Can I ask your mother about your alibi?
You can, but there'd be no point.
Why is that?
My mom wasn't home. She came back home early this morning.
This morning?
Yeah.
Where was she?
I don't know.
You don't know. Come to think of it, Iris' mom had connections to Renju too.
Hitomi did mention that yesterday.
Renju was my classmate at Eitoku High.
Is she his lover?
We've known each other for 20 years now.
However, we have nothing to link her to the case.
Nothing except familiarity with the
curious.
victim.
What was Hitomi doing last night?
Am I a suspect?
It's not like that.
It's fine, Date. It's true that I met with Mr. Okiura yesterday, but how do I put this? It's impossible that I'm the killer.
Why?
I'm a teenage girl. Mr. Okiura is a fully grown man.
Oh, she's got a point.
No, that's not a point, because he was in the barrel, which she could have rolled as a girl, and used leverage with the beer kegs to lift him up. Like, she didn't have to lift him anywhere.
A girl like her could have stabbed, poisoned, or shot him dead, but strangling?
That's easy enough too. You get it wrapped around and use your body weight for it. Dead weight off the back of the neck.
No, it's still possible. You see,
The oil drum inside's the type that has a lid you can open. With about it empty, it weighs approximately 44 pounds.
Also, I guess the relevant thing here is sedation.
a heavy concentration of sedatives were discovered in Renju's body. Renju was practically in a coma before he died. He wouldn't have struggled.
So, Iris could have strangled him.
Wait a minute. Even if I was somehow able to kill him, the rest of it is impossible.
No, it's not.
The rest of it?
Here we go.
Like hanging up his body?
How do you know that?
What do you mean? It's all over the news.
That's true. Renju weighed about 160 pounds. Even if she used her entire body weight, I don't think she could have hauled him up.
Right. It would be hard for her to do it with her strength alone. But with a little ingenuity, it could be done.
Ingenuity?
The beer kegs. Are they not there? What am I looking for?
Renju's corpse was discovered at the maid hanging from a beam on the ceiling. He was found over the wire was attached. One end was attached to a hook that was...
Okay, yeah, that must
The
be what it
kegs
is.
hold approximately 20... They weigh approximately 50...
Alright. That was the thing I wanted to find.
It went like this. First, Renju was laid out on the counter. Next, the wire was thrown over the beam and connected to the hook in his jaw. Then all you need to do is put the 3 beer kegs on the counter.
You think a teenage girl could have done that?
I'm sure it was hard. The kegs weighed 55 pounds each.
55 pounds is hefty.
But that's not impossible, even for a teenage girl.
I guess it isn't impossible.
After that, you get on top of the counter, hook the other end of the wires to the kegs, and then, what do you think happens if you kick the kegs off the counter?
The 3 kegs weighed 165 pounds altogether. Renju weighs 5 pounds less. I guess that would make it possible. But there is one more thing.
What?
Considering the state of the crime scene, it's clear Renju was killed elsewhere and brought
oil
to where we
drums,
found
elevator.
him. If Iris is the culprit, how did she move the body?
Hey!
I know. You're going to say you couldn't have moved a 160-pound body.
Unfortunately for her, she could have.
How?
With the oil drum. Called it. Could have something to do with it, but I need more to support my theory. That his watch was in there.
Do you know what this is? It's Renju's favorite watch. This was discovered inside an empty oil drum at Sunfish Pocket.
Hey, Date, I know you're on a roll right now, but could you please report things like that according to protocol?
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that it wouldn't be so hard to move a body if it were in a cylinder. You would just have to roll it.
So you're saying Renju's body was moved inside the drum, which is how the watch came off. But the suspect didn't notice it.
I'm not saying anything for sure, just pointing out that it's possible.
I didn't do it! You don't even have any witnesses! If I were rolling an oil drum in the middle of the street, people would have noticed!
You could have put it in a car and driven it.
I don't have a license!
Doesn't mean you can't drive.
Yeah?
Even an AI can drive nowadays.
Are you mocking me?
Don't make sudden outbursts like that.
You insulted me!
Just be quiet.
And now we're having a conversation with ourselves.
Who are you talking to?
But you can prove it because you can prove how much she weighs.
Anyway, Iris, you weigh about 105 pounds, right?
Where is this coming from?
If only you weighed more. Or less.
That is none of your business.
No, I mean that your weight is relevant to the case. If the oil drum was used to transport the corpse, then the possibility of the suspect being around 105 pounds is extremely likely.
Why do you say that?
The elevator weight logs. Renju's weight. The elevator record. And the oil drum.
Iris, on which floor is Sunfish Pocket located?
On the second floor?
That's right. So, I checked the elevator records. Before the corpse was discovered, the elevator only stopped at the second floor once, at 8:55 p.m. And we discovered that the total cargo weight on the elevator was about 310 pounds. Renju weighed 160. The oil drum weighs 44. Together, that's about 205. Subtracting that from 310...
This doesn't look good.
Why are you...
Now this obviously doesn't prove you're the murderer. A lot of people weigh 105 pounds. Or someone could have put 105 extra pounds in the elevator, sent it up, and taken the stairs to throw us off the trail. However...
Date, stop. Iris is acting strange. Don't turn around.
Why not?
Just stay put. Keep your eyes on the wall. There are several cameras in this room. 2 surveillance cameras installed at the corners of the ceiling, and 1 camera on a tripod. I hacked each to gain access to their recordings. Look at this.
She's fidgeting around. Is she doing something under the desk?
That's what it looks like. But we need to confirm something before we confront her. We need to know that she's in fact doing something under the desk.
Without turning around?
Yes.
How would I do that?
Can't tell from this angle. Maybe I can catch the reflection? Yep, messages.
Ah, shit. Iris, what are you thinking? What is that thing? Hey, answer me, Iris.
She's definitely hiding something, Date. Sync with her.